Because a lot of publishers are going to be doing that. They're going to be looking for the month that GTA 6 launches and then a full month bubble. They just want away from it because nobody's going to beat
it's gonna
GTA
be.
6.
But what if it is like in because if it like picks that like October spot, like look at the amount of games that launched this month. That it's gonna like be like a middle finger to everyone else. And like one of those games is Assassin's Creed Red, and we actually got some new leaks about that.
Ooh,
but
good transition.
And we might actually be reliving what we had with Odyssey as well, because that came out early October, and then Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, came out at the end of October. So like 3 weeks later, which did hurt them initially, but then eventually Odyssey picked up a lot of steam. And I think Red will still be fine, but it will be hurt in terms of like mainstream appeal if it launches after GTA 6 or in the proximity of that launch. And what just happened is that Pierre, I think if I pronounce it right, is like the award-winning writer for Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft Quebec. And he was like, I want to show the world what I'm working on. So he updated his LinkedIn profile with a banner for Assassin's Creed codename Red. And it was like up for a few days. Now he switched back to Valhalla though, because everyone picked this up.
He made us stupid. Oops.
Yeah, and you see it on screen if you're watching the video version. We're at the... Let's see if I can like see. I don't know if I can like see that like at the timestamp. But otherwise, you can like look it up on Twitter and stuff like that as well. But it shows the female lead, so there will be 2 characters again. And yeah, it just shows like an internal artwork. I just don't know how this happens. How you're like so knees deep into this project. You know that the only trailer they have out did not show anything that Mirage just released, and you're like, let's show my colleagues or everyone else that I'm making this or so. I don't know how this happens.
I don't know how it happened either, especially just because he's like pretty high up. I mean, this is not like an intern. This is somebody pretty high up. But then again, like the other piece of this is that for these people, like this is their day in, day out, all day, every day. They're dealing with this and talking about it and messing with it, seeing pictures and videos and gameplay. So for them, they're very desensitized to it. It doesn't feel that remarkable or special, especially like a little piece of concept art to put it as the background on your LinkedIn. I can see how that would have just been like a quick, oh, whatever. Because honestly, when somebody sent this to me, I thought this had already been revealed. That's why I didn't really do anything with it. I was like, okay. Like, because I had seen like fan arts that were very similar to this, but apparently no, it was fresh and it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's a big oopsie.
Yeah, and there should also be a male character, so that will be the more melee. So they're basically gonna do a syndicate again, where it seems that the female character is more like a stealth-focused shinobi, sort of ninja type character, and then the male variant will be a samurai. And seems like they will both exist in the world again, and that we can actually switch between them. And I think for an RPG that will be very interesting if both have like completely separate skill trees, because we also like kind of saw that with Spider-Man, but that is also where I feel that they could have done way more cool stuff. Right now, of course, in Spider-Man you have like a skill tree for Miles, for Peter, and for both of them, but they still at the end of the day kind of feel samey, because their like abilities on the face buttons are very similar. Like the AoE attack, you have your charge attack, and they're both at like triangle or a circle. So if they like really go crazy in Red and make 2 of course they will have like their own set of their like similar set of skills, but what if like the female can like do some very cool stealth stuff, or I don't know, has like different build possibilities. For me, as like an RPG fan and one who really created a lot of builds, it could be interesting. And I think for Ubisoft, they're counting the money already. What if we can sell like item packs and then you have to buy them twice, for the male and for the female? Yeah, exploding head. Yeah. So I mean, they're already thinking of that. But I think it's gonna be very interesting. And actually, after this, French YouTuber Jonathan posted also some info. I have it right here. I can like show it to you because I need your help a bit with the pronunciation. Oh wait, I'm gonna put it in the doc. That's easier.
I'm not sure how much of a help I'll be, but I will try.
Let's see. So this was like translated from French. He's a French YouTuber, and he of course knows his stuff. Like he leaked a lot of things that have been correct.
Okay.
Maybe we should not like talk about the story because he also kind of talks about the story. Although it will be probably when they announce the game, we will probably hear about it a bit.
It's probably one of those things
But-
where in the first 30 seconds of the game they reveal all
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
And, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But I still get why people maybe would not know it, or would like to know it for themselves. So yeah, we have what the name will be of the character. Do you think you can pronounce that? Do you see it in front of you?
So the heroine should be called Naoi. Naoi.
Yeah.
Naoi. 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 I don't know.
But as Jonathan says, it could be changed because Jorah was the name for Eivor before they changed it. To Eivor, because I think also because of course Eivor has the same name for male and female Eivor. Jorah, I don't think would have made as much sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it could still change. It's still like very early. We know the game will probably be out next year though. So holiday 2024, probably, not close to GTA 6 as we already discussed. But yeah, the info is kind of dripping in. I do think because they already announced this that they might be like, why not reveal more info early next year instead of wait for the regular June window?
Yeah.
Because people are anticipating it anyways. And what they also saw, because that's another transition to kind of the Ubisoft investor call we just had, they really saw that with the launch of Mirage, or actually the anticipation of Mirage, people are going back into the back catalog, as they like to call it. They're going back to play the older games and buying them again. And so it's really beneficial to Ubisoft to always have something Assassin's Creed like coming up or in the mind of people. So yeah, maybe having that cinematic trailer for Red early next year will have people go back to finish some things in Odyssey they did not do, or maybe finish Valhalla because they got bored halfway through the game. So yeah, we will see. It's gonna be interesting, I think.
Yeah. I'm here for it. It's about time we got something big and crazy. I've been waiting.
And then it will be the Ghost of Tsushima standoff.
Yeah, dude, if they launch even close to each other, that would be so funny. Oh my god. People are
I
going to lose
do
their
think we
minds.
will have at least one trailer for Ghost 2 before Red comes out, but I think Red will be earlier.
I would guess so. Yeah, I get the feeling Ghost is probably more like mid to late 2025. That's at least
because they did the Iggy Island DLC as well in 2021, so 1 year, of course, with COVID and stuff. So, and they did the Legends multiplayer mode as well, and they're like a way smaller team. Like Red is being worked on by 1,000 developers across multiple Ubisoft studios, and Sucker Punch I think has like 300 people maybe working there, or even less. And of course outsourcing a bit, but it's like a way smaller team. So yeah, will be interesting. Want to talk about the other Ubisoft stuff that they kind of... I haven't listened to the investor call yet though, but they of course always like release a sort of presentation and like a press release. So you can, I think, show the sort of the lineup that they now have announced for before April 1st, 2024. So basically for their current financial year. There's one title missing, which we're going to talk about. But yeah, what they still plan to launch before April 1st, 2024 is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. They confirmed it's still launching in December. We will see. We will see. It's kind of quiet, but we will see. Assassin's Creed Mirage, of course, already released. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, November 16th, if I remember. There have been like previews of it out. Joyce, who works for my channel, has actually played the game at the studio and was pleasantly surprised by it. It really feels like a nostalgic trip because you play Ezio, and they did a great job at the kind of creating that world. Only, it's in VR, so it's for a very limited audience. But you can play Cassandra and Connor as well, so that's gonna be interesting. Just Dance 24, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, the 2.5D side scroller action game, which I played actually at Gamescom, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. But as we discussed before on this podcast, $50 for that game. It's gonna be a tough sell, but they might do like a public demo or something, because I think that will help the game. But I'm still not sure if it will do well. It should be out in January. And yeah, we have Skull and Bones. I just forgot about it again. Like it's been like Wow.
It's funny. It's omnipresent, so you can never forget about it, but somehow it still manages to be forgettable.
Yeah. If they did not put it on this list, I would not have, like, maybe if I like thought about it for a second, but when I like looked at it at the list without Skull and Bones, I would be like, yeah, sure. Oh wait, Skull and Bones. But now it's planned for between January and March. So it was, I think, supposed to launch in November last year, right? Of course, as like they announced it, like they came back with like a comeback stuff, and then it was November, and now we're like more than a year later, which is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, they want to do that, and they also have like free to play Rainbow Six Mobile, The Division Resurgence, which the mobile game. They showed it also at the Apple event, and X Defiant that was supposed to launch this summer, then got pushed. That's like the Call of Duty sort of arena shooter that they have, but with the Ubisoft franchises. But yeah, they first, remember that we talked about that before. They had a large AAA game that they were planning to launch before April.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed that. They delayed that to their next financial year. So that was almost certainly Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
So yeah, we always thought that was too ambitious. And no, it's not coming before April. It's not a surprise. But yeah. I do think that also leaves room for Avatar to be delayed, by the way. But
it probably gives it a little wiggle room. But I mean, again, that's just because, in case people have forgotten, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora and Star Wars Outlaws are coming from the same studio. Different teams, but the same studio. So the idea that they were going to launch 2 AAA games within like 3 months of each other was just
what the heck
crazy. So it makes sense that they are delaying it to give it a little bit of wiggle room. I don't know if that means that they push it to the winter. I don't think they probably want it to go head to head with AC Red. So they probably, and certainly not GTA 6. So maybe it ends up in spring of 25. That would suck. But
no, I think that then it will maybe be September or something. I mean, they could, if they were really, really like at one point serious about hitting March, then maybe it can be May, like Jedi Survivor, which of course also was delayed from March to May. I haven't listened to the investor call yet. Maybe they gave some more color on it, but like it could be like summer. I mean, we will see. But yeah, I think I agree. Like keeping that out of that holiday for like it's still Star Wars, but it's also kind of a new like type of game for them. So
I do think it's going to do well based on the stuff I've seen and some of the stuff and rumblings I've heard. It is a freakishly impressive game. It's just a matter of sticking the landing. And we shall see if they can manage it. But
yeah, and I know a lot of people like actually talked about how impressive the Spider-Man fast travel is, and I think Tom Henderson, who of course, like we talked about on the podcast before as well, like he has a lot of sources inside Ubisoft and other companies. He also said like what he heard about the Star Wars Outlaw fast travel system is very impressive as well. And we of course also saw that you can just enter your ship, go like off on a planet like without a loading screen and fly around and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's gonna be cool. But yeah, they have to pick a good spot for that. And I think a September release might actually be very beneficial if they can hit that. Or earlier would of course be cool, because if we like quick sideway or side step, like if we look at 2024 so far, I'm kind of scared for at least the first half of it, right? Because what is gonna happen? Only like February seems to be pretty crowded, but apart from that, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see if stuff wiggles around a bit, but I agree. There's a couple of big gaps, and maybe that's for good reason. Maybe, I mean, a lot of these industry people talk to each other and hear rumblings, and so maybe they're all trying to clear the way for something that's gonna be announced at the Game Awards and launch within a few months, but you never know. We will find out though.